Hi, welcome to our demo video of our app Donation Nation Australia. In order to run this app, first of course you need to bundle install, which I have already done. Then you would rake db migrate, which I have also already done in order to set up our database tables. And finally, you would rake db seed in order to seed those tables with the information that we have set up prior, using some dummy info as well as some information that we've gathered from multiple APIs on endangered animals in Australia, as well as charities that support wildlife conservation in Australia. But like I said, I have already done that as well. So to run this file, we're going to run ruby bin run.rb, and that should pull up our welcome page. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you. So this is Donation Nation Australia. When we first create an account, or when we first open the app, we can either sign up to create an account, log in to an already existing account, or we could even browse as a guest. Now, if we browsed as a guest, we would not be able to use the save our favorites function of the app. So for now, I'm going to sign up, as long as I spell it correctly. And when I do that, I'm asked to enter my username. So my name is Ian, and my last initial is R. You can make your name, of course, whatever you would like. And a password is going to just be something simple, 1234. And it's going to ask us for a nickname to address it if we want it to address us by something else, and I'll say yes, why not? And some of my friends call me E, so I'll put that in right there. Now it's going to say thanks E and bring me to the main menu of our page. Now if you notice, option number 6 right off the bat is our option to log out. So just to show you, I will of course log out of the app. I could type log out, or I could type the number 6, and once I press enter, we're brought back to the welcome page. And let me just log back in to my account. My username was Ian R, and my password was 1234. Now if I had typed in a username that was not in the database, it would actually tell us that that username could not be found and ask us to please try logging in again or sign up if necessary. So once again, I'm back at our main menu, and I can do a number of things. I can add animals to my favorites, delete animals from my favorites, I could donate to a certain charity, I can just see my favorites, I can list all of the animals that we have. I already showed you log out. I can view different rankings of animals, so this would be the animals that are the top 5 favorited, or a random list of 5 unfavorited animals. I'll show you that later as well. We could search for new animals to add to our favorites, and we can update our user info. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is show you guys the list of all of our animals. So I'll press 5. And what's really cool about this is we were able to figure out a way to only show 10 animals at a time, to not overwhelm the user with too many options. So here are 10 different animals, and I can type next in order to see even more, another 10 animals, and I can continue to type next until we run out of animals. Now we have nearly 400 animals, so I'm not going to do this, almost 40 times, but what I will do is type exit. We've now seen some of our list, and when I type exit, we go back to the main menu. Now maybe I saw an animal that I really like, maybe I didn't, I don't know, but I want to add an animal to my favorites list. So I'll type a number 1 again, or I could type the word add, and again it shows us this list. Now if I don't like some of the animals in this list, then I can again type next if I wanted to see something else. That Mount Surprise slider, this animal right here, sounds pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'll just copy that. I can type it down here. Now our instructions are to please choose one animal by their common name from the following list. So I will actually just paste that name down in the prompt, and when I press enter, I have now added the Mount Surprise slider to my favorites. That's awesome. If I wanted to, I could type in favorites or the number 4, and I actually now get to see in my favorites list that I have the Mount Surprise slider. I can see its scientific name, Larista Story, if that's how you pronounce that, and the conservation status of the animal. I could do that again if I wanted to add another animal to my favorites. I'll add the gray nurse shark. Now keep in mind that these names have come specifically from the API, so as of right now we have not done all of the work to edit these names to be as proper as they can be. Normally gray nurse shark I believe would be one word, gray and nurse shark each would be its own word, but I'll type this in as I see on the list, and once again I have now added the gray nurse shark to my favorites, and I could type the number 4 to see that of course the gray nurse shark has been added to my list of favorites. Now, what if I wanted to delete one of these? Say I really like the nurse shark, but I thought maybe I didn't want to add the Mount Surprise slider to my list. I will go to my delete option, and I can choose one animal again by their common name from the following list to delete. So I will type in the Mount Surprise slider. Now these options are not case sensitive, but you do have to spell them correctly, so normally I would just copy and paste to ensure that I've spelled everything correctly. For now, I know that I've typed it correctly, and I'll press enter, and I have deleted the Mount Surprise slider from my favorites list. Of course, the Mount Surprise slider is very sad. I may or may not be happy with myself because of this option. That's okay. I can always go back in and add it to my favorites list again. Now, let's see, what other options do we have? I can view different animal rankings, so let's do this. I'll type in rankings, and I have two options. Like I said, I could see the top 5 most popular animals, or I could see 5 lonely animals that have not been favorited yet, and this will show me a random list. So first let's check out the top 5 the most popular animals, and we see we get a list of the top 5 most favorited animals. But since they're the most favorited already, I don't really need to favorite these, so I will type exit and go back. Now I'm back at the main menu, and I want to go back into my rankings list because I want to see a sad animal that I can now favorite. So this little curlew is a cool sounding animal, but it's of special least concern. However, this Mount Elliott crayfish is critically endangered, so maybe I want to add that to my list. I'm going to copy that name so I don't forget it later. And what I'm going to do is type exit again, and now I'm going to go to my search function. My search function is going to allow me to do one of 2 things. As you'll see, I can search by a type of animal, or I can search by a category, being endangered, critically endangered, vulnerable, least concern, and it will give me all of the animals related to that category. But since I know the name of the animal that I want, I'm going to search by animal, and now I can type the full name or partial name of the animal that I'm looking for. I know that the animal name is in fact the Mount Elliott crayfish, but what I'm going to do here is actually just type in the word crayfish, and just to show you that I can type in a partial name, and it will in fact pop up with all of the animals with that name. So now it's letting me type the name of the animal that I want to add to that favorites list, and again I'll put in the Mount Elliott crayfish, press enter, and you have added the Mount Elliott crayfish to your favorites. Now I'll show you this category search option as well, and of course we see all of the different types of animals that we can add. I'm going to look for animals that are extinct in the wild. Again, none of these are case sensitive. We do a down case function in the background so that you don't have to. And type the animal that I want to add to my favorites. These are all of the animals that are extinct in the wild. And it seems that the Percy Island flying fox is the only animal that we have that is extinct in the wild. If I typed extinct, maybe that would give me another set of animals. But I will add this Percy Island fox to my favorites list as well. Cool, so now we're back at our search menu. I'll go back to the main menu by typing exit. And I'll go to my favorites, and as you can see, here are the other two animals that we've now added to our favorites list. Let's look at our donation menu next. So I'll type in donate, and I have a couple options here. I can donate to a charity of my choice, look at the available charities, view the top donors, and view all of my donations. So what I'm going to do is actually just type in donate, because this donate function also gives us the available charities to donate to. So I will type in donate, and here are all of the available charities. And if you scroll to the top, you'll see that it's asking us to please choose a charity to donate to. Let's see. Why don't we do the Mary River Catchment Coordinating Committee? So I'll just copy that just for spelling's sake, and I'll enter that in. And next up, I get an option to choose an animal to donate in honor of. So let me donate in honor of the flatback turtle. I'll type exit, and now it asks me to enter the animal name, and flatback turtle, cool. Write a memo for our donation. How about for all the turtles out there? Woohoo! Press enter, and a donation amount. I think I'll just donate $50. And there you go. I've donated a total of $50, and you can see my donation up here with my memo in honor of flatback turtles and the Mary River Catchment Coordinating Committee with its acronym there as well. Now, if I want to, I can view all of my donations. And here we have it, the charity name, the donation, and in honor of, same as before. And if we had had multiple donations, it would show us those as well. Now lastly, I'll show you all of the rankings. It's actually going to show us top donors, and these are all ones that we have seeded privately or previously. So mine's not up there because I donate nearly $3,000. I'll exit, and we're back at the main menu again. And lastly, what I'll show you is this update function. What I think I want to do is change my password, although we have other options here, of course. Now I can type in my new password. I'll make it 12345, simple as well. And to show you that it's officially changed, I will log out, and I'll try to log back in again as ENR. So ENR will work, right? Because we still have that username, but when I type in 1234, I've typed in the wrong password, so it asks me to log in again. I will do that with the username ENR, and my password now is 12345, and as you can see, we're back in. Now what's really cool is I can also delete my account if I wanted to within the update menu. So I'll type delete, and it asks me for sure if I want to. I'll type yes, and it puts us back at the main menu. And that's pretty much it. That's our app. If I type exit, we are now out of the app, and we are sorry to see you go. Please come back again. This kangaroo is a sad kangaroo now. Thank you all for watching. I had a great time building this app with my friends James and Jen. It was a true learning experience, and I got to follow up one of my main passions of wildlife conservation. It's been a passion of mine for a long time, and I'm truly blessed to have been able to work on that with the two great people that I worked with. Thank you very much, and I hope that you check this out on GitHub. Bye-bye.